I remember the first time I even heard of a place called Beach, Jacksonville Beach, Neptune, and Atlantic Beach. Rabbi, actually, we were engaged at the time, and he showed me on this map where in Florida it was, because my reality of Florida was Miami Beach.
Finding out that there was a teenage program here at Jacksonville, Mandarin, and they needed some yeshiva students to run the program. We got off the plane and we looked around and we thought we were in Georgia. We were expecting palm trees and beach, and the people in the Mandarin community were extremely warm and welcoming. And that was something that just really, was just very attractive to young yeshiva students are looking, always looking for a place where they could have an impact, and we felt very welcome and we felt like we were having a big impact here. It became very clear to us that this was a vibrant community and that there needed to be a full-time Chabad presence. Although the thought that we would be the full-time Chabad presence was the last thing on my mind. And then a year and a half later, I got married, and some of the people that we met out at the beach came to our wedding, and they asked, well, what do you plan on doing? So we said, well, we plan on opening a Chabad house somewhere. They said, well, why not in the beaches? And we said, you know what, why not? We'll check it out. Let's go down and see what the beaches have to offer. So we moved here December of that year, of 2003, and something happened. 10 years went by, and here we are, 10 years later. A lot has happened. It's been an amazing 10 years.
Chabad is a lot of things for a lot of people, whether it's coming in for a Shabbat dinner, or coming to shul, or learning Torah in a class, or just learning more about our heritage. It's all here. And it's been here for 10 years because of the dedication of Rabbi Korinsky and his wife Leah and the hard work that they put into it. And it's only here because of the support of the community. And that's why it's so important for the community to support Chabad, so we can have that beacon of light. We can have that foundation that our heritage is here and it'll never be lost.
I've spent almost every Shabbos coming to Chabad, and I absolutely love it. I enjoy the services, I enjoy the rabbi talking, the rabbis talking, I enjoy the community aspects, and considering that all of my family lives 4 or 5 hours away, it's nice to be able to call Chabad a home away from home. During the Jewish holidays, especially here in Jacksonville, it can sometimes be difficult to find other Jewish members in the community to spend the holidays with, and even, on an aside, even get Jewish food or kosher food, and Chabad is able to provide all of that for me, and I really do appreciate everything that the rabbi and the rabbis have done.
Chabad is very different. Chabad, we come out to a community, we're sent out to a community, and we move there. First of all, we're there for a lifetime. People asked us, so what do you plan to do with that Torah after you close down, after you move away? So we thought it was a joke, but we realized people have this perception that, a rabbi moves to a community, you stay there for a couple of years, you have your impact, and you move on. Chabad's very different. We don't move on. We stay there, we're here for life. We're here to build a community here, a thriving Jewish community, right here in Ponte-Vedra and Jacksonville Beaches. It's not a one-man show, or a two-person show, or one-woman show. It's a group effort. That's what makes us really special and unique. It makes us very different than any typical synagogue.
My son Liam and I participated in the Mommy and Me program at Chabad, and it really was a great first introduction for him to learn about Jewish traditions and holidays. The program was structured so that there were several centers set up around the room, and we would rotate between the centers. There would be some puzzles and games, some sensory activities, and it really kept his interest and allowed him to explore as well as learn about his Jewish heritage. It really gave him the opportunity to meet other Jewish children in the community. We really enjoyed it, and it really prepared him, I feel, for when he went out into regular school as well.
I think that the most rewarding moments are when you see that spark of joy in a child's life when they are at a holiday program, and all of a sudden the holiday comes to life for them in the most most enjoyable way. You know, when you see an adult who has never learned something, who comes to JLI, to the new Jewish Learning Institute, and all of a sudden their eyes open up, and sometimes you even have somebody in the back of the class's eyes they're just tearing. They can't believe that the Torah is so rich, and they were never exposed to that. And it's just really a privilege to be able to be part of people's Jewish development in just such a happy, welcoming, warm, and non-judgmental way.
When I first came, it was Lag BaOmer, and I remember meeting the Rebbitzin Leah, and she was kind enough to come to the hospital very shortly after I met her, as my mother, who wasn't attending Chabad at the time, and wasn't affiliated anywhere, really needed a hospital visit. She was very sick. And Leah was kind enough to come, and several other Chabad members came and visited with her for her last 12 days on earth. And that meant a lot to me.
I was asked a few years ago by Rabbi Korinsky to participate in visiting prisons nearby in Jacksonville. After a few visits, I came to realize that these are people too, that have God's soul in them, and that they are lost souls, and that it is possible for us to make a difference in their life. After, I think now it's been 2-3 years, you can see substantial changes in these individuals. A lot of them participate in Torah reading, in taking classes, and you can see that they have made huge changes in their lives.
A community effort. Unlike people's perception, there's really nothing that comes from New York. It's by the community, for the community, in the community, and this community here is outstanding with its volunteerism. Every event, everything we do, people can't believe that we have a kind of a skeleton staff, and yet we're able to pull off things that huge organizations can't do. And the only way that that's at all possible is a credit to the incredible people who live out here at the beach, who are willing to take their time and volunteer so that different people can have meaningful Jewish experiences.
Another part of Chabad is the Hebrew school that my daughter attends. She has come home with all kinds of crazy crafts, from marshmallow, Mount Sinai to burning logs. She's just been very creative and learned a lot of Hebrew. And again, it solidifies her culture and her religion.
You know, looking back at 10 years, these are the successes, these are the things that really, at least make me feel that that we're really doing what our mission is to do, to bring joy and warmth of Judaism to people.
We feel that people come together, people are there for each other, and every time of need there's a vibrant Jewish presence here at the beach.
And the great thing about Chabad is that Chabad is a beacon of light for Judaism and our heritage. It's unwatered down Judaism. And anybody in the community can come and get a piece of Judaism and learn it at their own pace and learn really what's important to them. And so I ask you sincerely, please support Chabad. It's important that the community supports Chabad so we can have that center of Judaism here for many years to come.